This is Black Views, bringing you the Black News.
Tonight, the eve of election. Tonight is the time to sit down and go through the issues that are important to your family and foundational Black Americans. Tonight, take the time to think about how important your vote is and make sure that you are not voting emotionally and that you are voting for the principles that are right for you and your family tonight. Let's not go to the polls and elect someone because of them being a particular color, because they're Black. And then when that Black person gets in office, they do absolutely nothing for you. Absolutely nothing. And it's been going on over and over and over again. In order for foundational Black Americans to survive in the United States, we're going to have to vote in a block, not emotionally, and not for one particular party over another. We cannot get sucked up into the rhetoric about what is racist and what is not racist. We have to look at the issues for what they are. So right now, we know that immigration at this point right now is what is going to affect foundational Black Americans, because immigrants are being shipped to our neighborhoods in particular, which is going to flood you out and flood out your vote. And not only that, undermine you by having contractors and other organizations give jobs right under your nose and going to say, hey, they just don't want to work for it. So when you go to the polls, you need to really think about what's important. So far, this is what I see as a foundational Black American. When I look at both parties, all I see is what's being pushed on Democratic side as far as being having an abortion. That is not what is most important for foundational Black Americans. The next thing on the block is they're going to talk about immigration. They're going to talk about how immigrants built America. Once again, foundational Black Americans built America, and if they have shown time and time again what they're capable of doing. When these foreigners have come to our cities, they have been getting first class. Okay, I mean, taking into consideration for someone to come from somewhere else with absolutely nothing, they have been given everything. They have been given a floor to stand on, a floor to sleep on, clothes for their backs. And when I see these immigrants and I look around, the clothes they have on their bodies are better than some of the people that live in America and have lived in America. They have not gotten a leg up by being given a stimulus package that basically pays their rent for the whole year and continue to get food EBT cards with an astronomical amount, because they're doing that based on the amount of people in their families. But Black Americans have not gotten this, foundational Black Americans. Remember, when I say foundational Black Americans, I'm talking about descendants of slaves, of chattel slavery in America. I'm talking about Americans that were here in the 60s, the 40s, the 50s, all the way back to the 1600s and before that and beyond. So let's not here to get this mixed up or try to, talk about who's Black and who's not. We're talking about who's from here, because I know dark or Black people from other places would not appreciate if we just stepped on their lands where they live and say that this is ours, this is mine, I built it. No, come on. Okay, so we're not even going to go into that. So tonight, think about what's important. Think about what's being allowed, man, on TV. There's no other group that's being pitched to like this, where you have rappers, you have entertainers, you have athletes. There is no other group. I don't see Filipinos, I don't see Chinese, I don't see Hispanics. I mean, and the only Hispanic they got, Cardi B, she's talking like she's talking to Black people. This is what I'm saying, how Black people in America have been taken for granted, to the point that in the next 30 years, it'll be wiped out. The lineage will be, it'll be here, but it'll be totally so dug down and diluted, that'll give them an opportunity to say that, hey, there was no, those people are gone. That's what they're trying to say now. Like, you didn't serve slavery, you didn't do anything. You know why? Because those are mean, evil people that believe that they could just keep a whole race down, in particular for decades, hundreds of years, and then one day just say, hey, you weren't a slave. Like, we have not been affected by that. It may be trauma, financially, or just how we live in the areas we lived in. Those areas were created like that. And so tonight you sit down and you ponder. There are going to be some black people that are going to, they're just going to, take a seat, and just watch the fireworks pop off. Then there's going to be some black people that's going to vote for Democrats, and there are going to be some black people that are going to vote Republican. Foundational Black Americans, we're of all that. You're going to find that foundational Black Americans that are Democratic, foundational Black Americans that are Republican, foundational Black Americans that are not affiliated with either party, but they all have opinions. And foundational Black Americans know and understand foundational Black American issues. So at the end of the day, we kind of know what affects where we're from and who we are. All right. They want to try to make, rap hip hop today that's just something I don't, it's about degeneracy. It used to be about telling the art form of the street or where they were from and trying to let others see how they came up. And it gave a funky vibe for other comrades, that were going through the same thing. But now what we have today it's just a degenerate vibe that's used to promote such degeneracy, where it be drugs, may it be abortions, or may it just be killing, just murder. And we're not going to sit here and try to act like those kids and children that are being killed are not from black mothers. And we're going to sit here, we're going to listen to Kamala tell you about, and other people tell you about uplifting the black woman. A woman in particular who is not a foundational Black American. She's not even she's not even black. There's no other type of black. She's just a person with dark skin, upon which any other time she's going to say that she's Caucasian, like it would say on her birth certificate. And they want to try to make us believe it don't say that. Also, what I've seen from the Democrats, and don't get me wrong, we're going to get on Republicans too. And what I've seen from the Democrats have been a lot of one-way LGBTQ stuff going on. All right, I'm starting to see more and more of these brothers be representatives of the Democratic Party than I see of alpha males. Therefore, all the issues are going to be swayed towards the rights for gays and less for straight black men who have been needing help for a very, very long time. I'm one of those black men that sat here and watched all the issues go over our head onto other issues. It went from having equal rights, then it went just straight to gay rights. But the black man has never been in a position upon which he's had his feet on a level. And that is what America is. That is what America is. About continuing to trip us up. And then we got other fake ass black people who want to be what we call ghetto fabulous and shit. Okay? You want to look a certain way and feel a certain way, and you have achieved nothing. And you're going to sit here and listen to some Democratic entertainers and athletes say how we should vote for someone because they're black, but yet they don't have any policies that's here to aid you in any kind of way. Help me understand. Help me understand how we are to benefit from this. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. If Kamala becomes president, foundational Black American, you will fall to the back. And everyone else will be over top of you, and racism will be at an all-time high. And it will be allowed, just like it's being allowed right now. You know who's in office right now? Democrats. Okay? Where's the hate crime bill for Black Americans? Where is that opportunity for us to get justice in America? But you're supposed to have been Black. Look what Obama did. We're not even faking this, man. It's not like I'm picking one over the other. I'm just telling you to actually take a look and see what it is. And then Obama comes out, and then he doesn't connect with intellectual Black people. He just talks to a certain level of people that's on TV that he talks about with their pants hanging down. He's just talking about these young people out here, you see out here with their pants hanging down. But we have grown men out here that's trying to make it out here, that's unable to make it, that need assistance. Just like those men that's coming over here from other countries, that are foreigners, illegals, that are finding a way. And they're making money in America. And guess what? Foundational Black Americans are not even being protected. And guess what? It's going to continue to happen. And it's funny how crime is allowed to fester, and things are allowed to happen just so that more money can be poured in, but then there's no results. Like, we got brand new police cars, we got brand new everything, but there's no results. The mayors, the politician mayors, they're all getting tripped up. The only one I haven't seen get tripped up yet is the DC mayor. I'm waiting on that. So you really have to check the atmosphere and see what's going on around you. Do not vote because it's just a woman. Do not vote because it's just a Black person. Vote for the policies that are right. There's nothing that the Democrats have to offer us. Nothing. And then the one little thing that she tried to plan, that she tried to bring out to say that was for Black people, is say for Black people and others. Like, it's a word gameplay that they play on us and those that they target. See, they already know the grassroots is not falling for that. So we're the ones that are going to continue to down talk and talk to like we're crazy. We're just this uneducated thing that's just putting out words, and they don't want to identify what it is. They can't say it's the guys walking around with their pants down, and they can't say it's the men in the Democratic Party. So they're just rushing bots. That's who we are. We're nobodies. Okay. No, we're fathers. We're cousins and uncles, like every other group of people that desire their government to function in a manner upon which their communities can thrive. For Black people to ask for just a normal community, people want to act as if you're asking for a handout. But everyone else can come here and straight up can tell you they want rights for Latinas. They can straight up tell you they want rights for Asians. They can straight up tell you they want rights for Indian Americans. They can tell you that the Hispanics want rights and have a right for this and that, and they get it in America under the Democratic Party. And I just say this like I'm gonna switch over and talk about Republicans. Republicans say a lot of racist shit, and they probably are. They are racist, and they ain't said nothing that can help us, but they haven't said anything that can harm us. Okay, this is what I'm saying about voting on policies and not being emotional. They're not putting out policies to harm us. Okay, they're getting rid of illegals. Yeah, I care. People can say they can care less. You gotta remember, those people that are saying they can care less are most likely tethers. They're most likely tethers and people that benefit from these crimes that are taking place. Illegals coming over the border. And I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna see something that you have never seen before. Because if Trump becomes president, you want to talk about some prosecution. You want to talk about some people going to court. And I honestly hope that they can find a way to, all the little cronies that's been in office, that's been prosecuting people and keeping justice from prevailing. I hope that they are all properly prosecuted based upon the law, like they would prosecute any other person by the law. Oh, it's going down, and I can't wait for tomorrow so I can see the results of this. I can't wait. And just in case, the Democrats win, never before would I have thought that it is possible that election could have been, I'll just say taken. because I just couldn't believe we're coming down to that. But at the same time, I knew last year I was like, well, who's voting for Biden? Like no one was clicking on Biden, and then they showed him win. And so this year, I mean, you can hear everything and you can see everything for yourself. And the only people that are going to vote for Kamala upon those are benefits, people that desire the gay rights, okay, which I don't know what that is. You have a right to be gay, just like I have a right to be heterosexual. You have 2 feet and 2 hands and a brain, just like me. Then you're gonna have there are all sorts of things that's coming out of there that's gonna cause other things to take advantage of abortions and what they're gonna do with those fetuses and what other kind of just disgusting things that are gonna come out in the future for basically capital gain. Okay, these rights and so forth and policies that the Democratic Party will enact will allow all type of corporations to do all type of things that were never considered. I mean, and you will never know about it. It's like you don't know about what's going on right now. They're throwing things under your head that will affect you. And I just say this, foundational Black American, I love each and every one of you, because you know why? If you remember your parents and your parents' parents and your grandparents, you remember the things that they taught us and how we understood what was going on around us at that time. And to now come to the point where every group, every other heathen and stinking foreigner is trying to take your heritage, is trying to take your lineage to get what belongs to you. And they are the ones that are getting in power. They done snuck them in power. So now they're going to make regulations and make laws to benefit foreigners. And to ask you what this is called, it's called a globalist society. They want a globalist society. They want everyone to come in on top of us so there'll be no you. You see what I'm saying? And so when you think of someone like Trump, he's a nationalist. He believes in born in America, this is American, you follow this, you go to class, all these different things for America. And then you have a globalist. The globalists want you to believe that we're all Pan-American and we're all this, and then at the end of the day, there's nothing for us, and it hasn't been nothing for us. I've sat here and watched it. I've worked out here in corporations that are owned by foreigners and owned by other so-called Black people who use discriminatory practices when it comes to you. They're right. So this is how they can look at it. They put people of so-called color in positions to own businesses and so forth, and then you, as a foundational Black American, when you try to get these jobs, get advancements, and try to get proper pay, then you are denied those things. And you're wondering why, because they're saying this is about diversity, but at the end of the day, it's they're looking at them first and then you later. Because see, you're coming in sprinkles, okay? It'd be 1 or 2 African Americans, or foundational Black Americans, and then you have a whole bunch of foreigners and Africans that will compete for your position. Meanwhile, because they have a plantation mindset, they're going to be selected because they're easy to be manipulated. So they're going to turn away the foundational Black American, but he's going to say, wait a minute, you said it's $22 an hour. Wait a minute, you said it was $40 an hour. See, he's going to call those things where the foreigner is going to sit there and take what's given, because what else they're going to do? They're not going to go back to where they come from. So this is how we are undermined on a day-to-day basis. You may look at it on the outside. So like when you go into that interview, it looks good to see all these different colors of people standing there. But when you come in, you're going to get blocked and you're not going to move up. Even you're going to be the only one with citizenship, proper citizenship, natural born citizenship, and you're still going to get pushed out the door. And then there's no law or company or congressional Black caucus or whatever to protect your rights as a foundational Black Americans. But guess who is protected? Gays, gay rights. But you're not protected when you come in to get a job. When you graduate from college, you're not protected to start a business, to find jobs for other foundational Black Americans. No. They want you and your degree to be in their office, and they're going to pay you less than $100,000 a year to actually sit there, and then everybody just overlooks you and look at you like you're some type of, I don't know, like weirdo. But this is what foreigners do. This is how they affect our workplace. This is how they affect our everyday lives, and they're winning because many of the buildings and the infrastructures that are in some of our communities are owned by old white people that only give to certain organizations that are getting paid because they're allowed, because you may be in what you call a what's it called, shit, a charity city. I'm gonna call it a charity city. But this, how we have people come in and they just taking in immigrants and putting them shit. And this is what they're doing. They're funneling in the money from the taxes that you pay to support illegal immigrants. And so this is why I say, wake up, wake up, wake up. And I pray to my Father. And I pray to the Holy Father that He wakes us up and that He protect us from evil. So I'm gonna leave it at that. This is Black Views. This is Black Views, bringing you the Black news. Please like, also subscribe, share. Also share me on Twitter at BJackSo, and I'm gonna holler at you. Peace.